wanna be anything you wanna be, anything you wanna be. You got to know, man. Wanna be anything you wanna be, anything you wanna be. You got to know, man. You wanna be a doctor, you wanna be a nurse, you wanna fly a jet plane. You got to know math first. You wanna coach football, run a baseball team, operate computers, be whatever you dream. You wanna be anything you wanna be, anything you wanna be. You got to know, man. Please, you gotta know, man. Wanna be anything you wanna be, anything you wanna be. You got to know, man. Wanna be a stunt man, a scientist, a photographer, an archaeologist, a firefighter, a detective, fighting fires and crime. You'll have to work with a lot of numbers, using math all the time. Wanna be anything you wanna be, anything you wanna be. You got to know, man.
Gotta know math, you gotta know math.
Wanna be anything you wanna be, anything you wanna be. You got to know, man. You got to know, man.
Oh, sir, you are too kind. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Folks, what an incredible call. I got to tell you something. We just got a gentleman here, pledged us a 5-digit prime number. What a day this has been. I'm telling you, the phones are ringing off the hook. These phones are on fire. On fire. I mean, we can't keep up with the calls. I'm serious. Well, thank you for that, sir. Really whets my appetite. So anyways, as I was saying, you know, many thought he should have pled guilty under the statute of nolo comprende. Comprende, get it? You guys send in the best jokes. On Square One TV, that we help you comprehend every aspect of mathematics, folks. We've had pledges up to here. I'm serious. You got to keep them coming in now because, you know, we're a little short on time, but we're doing well, and we know that if you put your minds to it, you can do it. So hang in there because we need your support so you can do it.
Bubbles, we're so excited that you decided to join us here on the Mathathon. Tell me, how was your cab ride?
Oh, excuse me, sir. I couldn't help but notice that you have an elephant with you on the set.
Yeah, I do.
Well, you really should take this elephant to the zoo.
Oh, that's a great idea. I think I'll just do that. Come on, Bubbles.
Good. Thank you.
Let's go. Come on.
Listen, folks, this is a wild show. We got some more pledges came in. Here's one from Easy Off, Easy On, Ohio. Guy sent us factors of all numbers up to and including 1,000. Great one. Here's one from Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Guy sent us a covey of pigeons to use in applying the pigeonhole principle. We're getting some great stuff today, folks. Keep those pledges coming in because, hey, where else but on Square One TV could you see these examples of finding the area of a rectangle?
Now, we need to know the area. Do you know how to do that?
No, ma'am. I spent my entire childhood living out back of the garage, you know?
We multiply.
So do my turtles.
Oh, we multiply the length of your lawn times the width of your lawn. That will give us an answer in square feet. Now, 2 times 3 is 6. So 20 times 30 is 600. 600 square feet.
Well, let's see. This one is,
50 yards by 2 yards. What's the area?
I know. You multiply the length times the width. So that's 50 times 2. That's 100 square yards. That's the area we need.
Ah, folks, how those memories must just be flooding back and getting you all wet with math, huh? They do for me. The fire is that way. Listen, folks, remember, to find the area of a rectangle, all you do is multiply the length of the rectangle times the width. You know, a baby could do it. Nothing more to it than that. He went that way. Yeah. So give it a try, because, you know, like I said,
Central casting, get me a ventriloquist. On the double.
Excuse me, young man.
Yes?
I thought I told you to take that elephant to the zoo.
Oh, I did. And she loved it. Now she wants me to take her to the movies.
Oh, good. Well, see you.
Okay, we could go to see either Elephant Man or Dumbo or what? Out of Africa. That's a great idea. You buy the peanuts, I'll buy the popcorn. It'll be great.
I hope you have a good time, folks. Aren't they a great couple? Listen, I got to tell you, we just got a fantastic pledge in from a woman in Los Horizons, California. She has sent us her collection of quadrilaterals. And get this, all of them have an area of 2 square meters. Thank you very much for that.
Strangelove. Dr. Strangelove to the phone bank, please.
Now, where was I? Oh, yes, of course. Like a baby, we are crying out for your support. Please, please send us in your pledges because Square One needs you. And you know what? You need Square One. You really do. So keep those pledges coming, folks. Look, the phones are ringing off the hook. We're having a fabulous day.
$1,000. It takes the clock only about 17 minutes to tick off 1,000 seconds. $1,000,000. It takes the clock about 11½ days to tick off 1,000,000 seconds. 1,000,000.
We now return you to the Secret Number Quiz Show. What's my number? Already in progress.
Now, panelists, I must call your attention to the fact that that is 6 in a row you've missed. I am a bit disappointed, but I'm sure we can do better on the next one, don't you think? All right, let's take a look at this one. Please look at the number grid on your monitor. As you know, your grid is numbered 0 through 99, and this secret number is in this section.
For our audience at home, I'll tell you the secret number is one of these.
All right, our first question will go to Alan Stevens, American humorist who is responsible for every funny thing that has ever happened in the world.
Thank you, John Charles, Every Other Daily. You know, I also have a serious side, and I know on which side my serious is buttered. But seriously.
Yes, indeed, seriously. The question, Alan.
Is the sum of the digits of the secret number more than 9?
Is the sum of the digits more than 9? Let's take a look at our monitor grids. Yes, the sum of the digits is more than 9. Good starting question there. Next question to Dorothy Kilbasa, columnist and syndicated lunch meat.
Thank you, John. What I like to know is the number odd?
Who amongst us is to say what's odd, Dorothy?
Stuff a cork in it, Alan.
All right, now you want to know if the number is odd. The number you are looking for is not odd.
Oh.
All right. There's no negative outcome with that answer, however, because you did learn some valuable information. Next question goes to Kitty Heartworm, well-known celebrity for no particular reason.
Thank you, John. You're a darling. Is the number for which we are searching a multiple of 7?
You know, I once multiplied 7 times a parrot. I got a parrot that could win at craps.
Is the number a multiple of 7? Let's take a look at our monitor grid. The number is a multiple of 7. Good question, Kitty. Alan Stevens.
Is the tens digit odd, John?
You mean the digit in the tens place?
Yes.
You want to know if it's odd?
Yes.
Yes. The secret number is 56. Congratulations, panel. Job well done. Excellent questions. We hope that all of you will join us once again and play What's My Number?
$1,000,000. It takes the clock only about 11½ days to tick off 1,000,000 seconds. $1,000,000,000. 1 billion is 1,000 million. It takes a clock about 32 years to tick off 1 billion seconds. 1 billion.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Monday, 9:43 a.m., and the LA River was awash with flotsam and jetsam from the recent heavy unseasonal rains. Flotsam and jetsam were two personal injury lawyers plying their trade in the wake of the latest disaster. I was working the day watch out of Mathnet. My partner is George Frankley. The assistant chief is Rosa Morales. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician.
Morning, George.
Oh, hi, Kate. I didn't know you were here.
I just got here, George. How was your weekend?
Oh, not bad. Had an argument with my neighbor.
Mr. Beasley?
Uh-huh, I borrowed some things and he wanted them back.
So what was the argument?
Couldn't find them.
You lost them.
No, they're around. I just couldn't put my finger on them.
So what were they?
His riding lawnmower and his canoe.
Easy enough to misplace. Can't you finish your crossword puzzle?
There's one long word I can't get.
What is it?
I don't know. That's why I haven't finished it. Oh, you mean the clue. The clue is decamp.
Absquatulate.
Pardon me?
Absquatulate is another word for decamp. It means to scram, leave, get out.
You're right. It fits. I didn't know you do crosswords, Kate.
I don't.
Did you see the article about what the seer saw?
Seer?
You know, the woman who claims she can predict the future.
Uh-uh.
According to the paper, she's got an incredible record.
Oh, really? What'd she predict?
The exact score of the last Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
Before the game.
Really?
The presidential election, including the number of states that each of those guys carried, plus the last noticeable earthquake, including the magnitude.
You know how those jokers work, George. They make hundreds of guesses. Sooner or later, they get one right, and then they publicize the few that turn out to be accurate.
I know. But she also predicted the top finishers in the coveted Angel Awards. And get this. 2 weeks ago, she predicted the time and magnitude of the next LA quake.
There was an earthquake last night.
9:47 p.m. It registered on my seismograph. A 3.2 on the Richter scale.
George, you are the only living human being I know who has his very own seismograph.
Martha gave it to me on our 6th anniversary.
Is this that woman who writes the column of predictions for that awful newspaper?
Yeah, the supermarket paper.
The National Inquisitor. Sybil Devine is her name?
Yep. As a matter of fact, she's on TV as we speak.
How come?
She made her earthquake prediction on that dumb TV show, Geraldo Rialto Rants.
Boy, does he ever.
Since there was an earthquake last night, she's coming back on the show this morning. Ah, here it is.
Welcome back to Geraldo, the show that asks the question, it's none of your business. We've been speaking with Jacqueline Custodian, a scuba diver who can't swim, and Sergeant Alvin Dork, the man who captured 117 enemy soldiers in 1948 when there was no war. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen of the television audience, a big Geraldo welcome for Ms. Sybil Devine.
To tell you the truth, I didn't think you'd have the guts to come back on my nationally syndicated television show. Check your local listings for time and station.
You misjudge me, Mr. Rialto. I had every intention of returning, just to prove that my predictions are accurate, and to see you get your smarmy comeuppance in person.
For my many loyal viewers in the U.S. and Canada, and soon to be seen in 77 sites in Siberia, Ms. Devine made an earthquake prediction.
sealed it in an envelope, and that envelope was then sealed in another envelope.
Come on, get on with the getting.
You're so cute when you're mad,
And that was
George.
placed in our studio safe under guard. Now, the moment of truth. Or fiction.
All I need is a drum roll.
Envelope number 1. I'll let you do the honors.
Here is my prediction. L.A. quake, November 15th, which was last night, 9:47 p.m., with a magnitude of 3.2 on the Richter scale.
Let's see that. My gosh, how did she make that prediction?
I don't know.
How did you make that prediction?
Perfectly.
She's got an interesting scam, doesn't she?
Oh, she's very lucky. A lot of scientists believe the big quake will hit L.A. in the next 50 years.
Yes, but some say it's a 60% chance, some say a 75%, and some say a 90% chance.
I know, but for the purposes of argument, let's say we know the big quake will definitely hit in the next 50 years.
Uh-huh.
Even to predict the exact year would be 1 chance in 50.
2%. Not a very high probability.
And to predict the quake to the day would be 365 days times 50 years. It's about 1 chance in 18,250, predicting the right day.
But she seems to be able to predict with even more accuracy.
But to predict the hour would be, it's 1 chance in 438,000.
And to the exact minute?
Less than 1 in 26 million. Some scam.
Hello, Mathnetters.
Morning, Rosa.
Hello, Rosa. How was your weekend?
No time for that now, George. We've got a problem. Do you know Sybil Devine?
Yes, we just saw her on TV.
So did everyone in L.A. The mayor is being inundated with phone calls.
Boy, am I glad I'm not a pol. You know, politician. Phones ringing off the wall, kissing hands, shaking babies.
What's the trouble, Rosa? Everyone in town wants that predictor put on the mayor's staff, so she can predict the big one.
You mean the big quake that everyone says is coming?
That's right. And I want you two to get on her case. Find out all you can about earthquake predictions, and do it quick.
But nobody can predict earthquakes accurately.
Sure. Everyone knows that. Even politicians.
You know it, and I know it. But millions of people still believe it can be done. And that's why they're calling the mayor. We have to avoid a panic. And if I may call your attention to something.
Yes, ma'am.
That woman just did it. Now get busy.
You bet we will, Rosa.
Kate, let's absquatulate.
When you're trying to solve a problem, a good way to start is to learn all you can about the subject. One way to do that is to consult with an expert in the field. George and I arranged to do just that. We were going to see Dr. Milton Miyazaki, a renowned scientist who asked us to meet him at the Griffith Observatory. We were a little early and I was starved. No time for breakfast. So we stopped at our usual place, Ma's Lockup, a fast food sit-down spot run by an ex-prison matron whose slogan is, "You'll be out in 7 to 10 minutes." Are you sure you just don't want to roll or something, George?
No, thanks, Kate. I had a hearty breakfast. You know, juice, cereal, waffles, syrup, omelet, steak, dessert.
Just catch it, please. This may sound like a silly question, George, but do you know what causes earthquakes?
Oh, sure, Kate. It's a shift in one of the many plates that make up the surface of the Earth.
Plates?
Here, let me show you. Take this hamburger.
You just did, George.
All right, assume this bun is part of the Earth, and the outside is the crust, and each half of the burger is a plate.
George?
See that crack in the bun? That's a fault or weakness. And as pressures build up inside the Earth, these plates may slip like this or slide like this. When this happens, it shakes or quakes. If you're on the surface of the Earth or the bun, it's very scary. And sometimes very, Dangerous.
And messy.
We better roll. You want anything more to eat?
I'm not hungry anymore.
Me neither.
The Griffith Observatory is a magnificent edifice overlooking the Los Angeles basin. It houses a planetarium, several telescopes, and at the moment, Dr. Milton Miyazaki.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm Kate Monday. This is my partner, George.
Frankly, Mathnet.
How do you do? I'm Milton Miyazaki. How may I be of help?
Dr. Miyazaki, we're interested in earthquakes.
So am I. We should talk sometime.
Do you know Sybil Devine?
The woman who predicted last night's earthquake?
No, but I heard about it.
How could she have accurately predicted that quake?
I have no idea.
She even predicted the magnitude. 3.2?
One of the things we do know for certain about earthquakes is how to measure them. Let me show you. This is a seismograph.
I have one at home. Oh, this one's, fancier.
Oh. Well, let me show you how it works. Now, Ms. Monday, I want you to hold this pen so that it just touched the pad. Now, in an earthquake, the earth quakes, shakes. Now, let's pretend that this pad is the Earth's surface. The surface is moving a little bit all the time, like this. And when the Earth shakes a lot, like this, we get lines like this. Now, that's the principle behind this demonstration and the seismograph.
Where does the 3.2 come from?
That's the Richter scale reading, Kate.
Oh, correct, Mr. Franklin. The Richter scale is used to measure the magnitude.
That's the strength, Kate.
Thanks, George.
The Earth close to the center of the quake shakes a lot.
That's what we call the epicenter. The farther you get away from it, the less it shakes. Right, Doc?
Yes. Now, to get a measurement of the quake, we need to know its distance first, and then how it relates to the amount shaking. Anything to add, Mr. Franklin?
No, you're doing just fine. Can you show Kate how you calculated the magnitude of last night's quake?
Sure. Follow me. This is a blow-up of last night's seismogram.
Seismogram is a reading from a seismograph, Kate.
This shows two distinctly different kinds of shock waves. The first wave is the P wave. That travels the fastest, and it is the primary or push wave.
That's why they call it the P wave. Right, Doc?
Yes. It's caused when the Earth pushes, like this. The second wave is the S wave.
S for secondary.
Yes. A secondary because the wave is slower, and it also registers the twisting that goes on during the quake, like this. The P wave registers here. The S wave registers here. We measure the difference between the two. 3 seconds. From our calculations, we can find the distance of the quake from the seismograph. 3 seconds, roughly 25 kilometers or 15 miles.
But where does the Richter scale come in?
We next need to know the quake's amplitude.
Oh.
Last night's quake measured 19 millimeters.
That doesn't look like 19 millimeters.
Now remember, this is a blow-up. Well, we chart that point on the amplitude scale right here.
Right here, where the doctor made the mark.
Now, the scale in the middle is the Richter scale. Each number represents powers of 10. When we draw a line from the S minus P delay point here, or distance point, across, will you help me? To the amplitude point, where it crosses the Richter scale is
the magnitude of the quake, 3.2. Voila! Oh, that's a French word. I think it means, there it is.
Dr. Miyazaki, did you say these numbers represent powers of 10?
Yes.
Does that mean that a magnitude of 3 represents an earthquake 10 times stronger than a 2?
Yes, and a 4 is 100 times stronger than a 2.
So a 5 is 1,000 times stronger than a 2.
Absolutely right, Miss Monday. Congratulations, you're on your way to becoming an earth scientist.
Now we know the magnitude, Dr. Miyazaki. How do we know where it hits?
Well, let me show you this. Follow me. Okay. Now, from our chart, we know that the quake happened about 25 kilometers from here.
But 25 kilometers in which direction?
Exactly.
So it could have happened anywhere on the circle.
Yes, so we need additional information. Now, our seismograph in Oxnard told us the event happened 110 kilometers from there.
That's what that arc represents.
And?
Ah, they intersected 2 points. It could have happened here or here. We need a third reading, another arc.
Precisely. Our station in El Toro placed the quake around 50 kilometers from there.
Where the lines cross
is about where the epicenter of the quake was.
It's a little like triangulation.
It's called trilateration.
But, Doctor, are you sure no one can accurately predict earthquakes?
Absolutely. We're working on it all the time. It's the one problem I can guarantee you no one has solved yet. Maybe someday. We keep trying. Oh, I have some additional information on earthquakes for you.
Thank you, Doctor.
11 Adam 12, 11 Adam 12.
Monday, go ahead.
11 Adam 12, you have an appointment to see the seer to see what the seer sees.
Don't you mean he wants to see the seer to see what the seer saw?
Negative. See the seer to see what the seer sees. Tomorrow at 12 noon, she will be at the City Hall with the mayor and the city council.
And?
She's going to predict the time of the next earthquake in Los Angeles.
100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop.